Okay, I forgot to hit the commentary button earlier, so while I recorded this, I did not record my stupid voice over it, so we're doing it in post. So, yeah. Not sure if that actually makes much of a difference or not. The point is, this is the end of the demo. Or rather, the last mission was the end of the demo. I thought they were going to give me like one more mission where we tried out each of the 4 champions, because they appeared on the map, but if you try clicking on them it says this is the end of the demo, buy the full version when it comes out and you can play this crap. And yeah. But luckily there were just enough, rando battles with rando objectives that I'm able to play each of the characters once in this, and have about the length of a regular episode. So yeah, that's pretty neat. Overall, I just mostly discussed my thoughts on the games. That it's not bad. I like the regular Dynasty Warrior games better because it's like go here and fight a bunch of guys, go there, fight a bunch of guys. With this, there's a lot more extra space, and it seems to want you to like, I don't know if explore is the right word, but cover more ground. There's a lot more just running from point to point, which did definitely happen in the other games, don't get me wrong, but it doesn't seem, it was never as central as it was in this one. Or at least not so far. I've only done, 2 story missions, and then the 3 missions you'll be seeing here that are just side missions. The side missions seem a lot more action-packed, more true to form, where it's just like, hey, take down a bunch of guys. No fuss, no muss. There's not getting from place to place. Yeah. Let me adjust to my chair. One thing that is very nice about this game is I complained in the main Hyrule Warriors where they would give you, like, dungeon items, I don't know what you want to call them, but like sub-weapons that you needed to cycle through, and so crap would happen where you would want to, you'd be fighting something that was weak to arrows, or at least could be, stunned by arrows, so you'd pull out your arrows. Then all of a sudden something pop up that, it was weak to hammers, so you'd need to stop and, cycle through to your hammers. Then there was the whole, then, like, maybe you needed to get across the field, so now you need to cycle over to your frickin' whatchamacallit, your ocarina, so you can warp. And it's just dumb stuff like that, that it would just break up the action and be awful, whereas with these, you push the one trigger and it's like, okay, you have 4 things you can choose through. What's the thing that you need right now? But that also makes it so that there's like a lot more things to remember, which, I think it's going to be, it just seems overwhelming now. I imagine as you play through the game more and more, it'll become second nature. This button does this button does that button does that. Like the regular Hyrule Warriors, they did remap some of the controls from that one, which it would have been nice had they kept it exactly the same. But at the same time, I can see why they didn't, because, they couldn't do the same control scheme and be able to select the things as you want. Like, they would have kept the controls exactly the same, then you would have been doing the thing where you'd have to cycle through, like, your various Sheikah Slate options. It wouldn't be as easy as, okay, hold this trigger, now push, whichever button for the thing you want. So, like, I understand it. Yeah. So, yeah, I think that's, like, a major improvement that, you don't have to cycle through things. I mean, they probably could have fixed it in the other game by, giving you, like, a menu where you could have chosen, like, hotkeys, but, well, that's in the past. What can you do? That game is done, and yeah, I don't know. Maybe they'll do another one, maybe they won't. I'm always impressed with how quick they get these, like, I wonder how many development teams they have at Koei Tecmo. I'm pretty sure this is Koei Tecmo. I know I've said it in the past like it's definitive, but yeah. I was just wondering though how many teams they have, because like, let's see, like they always seem to, seems like I always hear about at least 2 a year, and they probably do more than that. Because of course they have, they have like their main line ones where it's just Dynasty Warriors. Then they have all the licensed one. Like earlier this year we got, well, we're getting this obviously. And I know we got Pirate Warriors at the very least. And then like the year before, I think there was a Fist of the North Star. Might have been another Pirate Warriors, or was that 2 years ago? Fire Emblem doesn't seem, Warriors doesn't seem all that long ago. There's probably more that I'm forgetting. Like, I don't think they've done a Gundam one in a while, for one. But yeah, I just wonder how many development teams that they have. Oh, and this mission right here is just to kill every, kill pretty much everything on the map. Which, I'll just say now, they give you more than what you need, but not much more. So if anybody out there decides to play this, just keep in mind, you can skip some enemies, but try and get as many as you can. Otherwise, you'll be backtracking for, like, the little pockets. Then again, I think they do follow you, because I think near the end, a bunch of them, when I get to the settlement in the top, a bunch of them come through the gates when I decide to loop back around. So maybe it's not as important, but still, you'll need to kill most of them. Which I don't know if it's to make you more thorough, or if it's just them being stingy. Come on. I've seen more things on the map. You don't need to worry about loading that many in. But yeah. So yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I think I prefer the normal ones. Well, I shouldn't say normal one, the regular style of these, but it's still fun. I still think I'll enjoy it. Ooh, that's another thing I don't think I've talked about. It was super frustrating in Hyrule Warriors, and it seems that, like, I think Hyrule Warriors was the only one where they made this a thing. But when you kill something in Hyrule Warriors, it drops, like, materials and this such, right? Like, in every game. Normally, it seems like when you defeat them, like, I think in Gundam, you just automatically collected them. I thought I was far enough away that I could escape the blast in that one. But yeah, like, in a lot of them, it seems that after the battle, it's like, hey, you defeated this, you got this material from them, but you have to physically pick them up in, like, the Zelda one. So sometimes that slows you up and it breaks up the pace, again, because you'll take down a strong opponent, and it's like, I have other things to do, but I could really use whatever materials they drop. I need to wait for them to fall over and hopefully just disappear and drop it. If it's a story mission, you could very well, though, get the thing where they're like, oh, you have defeated me. I'm going to sit here on my knees for a minute. I just didn't see that barrel. I'm going to sit here on my knees for a moment and curse you to the heavens. Or what the hell ever. And da-da-da-da-da-da. And now I'm going to disappear. And that was like 20 seconds, give or take, that I could have been going to the next objective, that I needed to wait around for your dumbass to, finally admit that he was defeated. So, yeah. I think it's great that, like, they seem to have a good mash here where they drop the treasure chest, and you can physically open the treasure chest, but I don't know if you saw back there when, like, the one shiny metal treasure chest that I got, like, I didn't get it right away. And then, after so long, it's just like, yeah, okay, you wanted this, and it just opened itself, and I believe it just automatically gave me the material, which is great. It seems to have, like, a thing where you just, like, suck it in, like the material magnet thing. So that's very cool and very much appreciated. It makes the game so much better to play when you don't have to, like, base so much around frickin' wait for this, wait for that. So it's at least more, it's at least smoother in some instances. So yeah, I like that they, they're using some of the things that work and getting rid of some of the things that don't. Maybe I'll regret that later, maybe. maybe they'll do this one and then they'll come out with some other Warriors game that I want, and they'll go right back to the bullcrap where no, you need to, you know, like, you need to feel up the corpse to get the material. Oh yeah. This, I don't know how I feel about the map. Because normally each character has a skill tree. You can see, you know, like, you want to upgrade a certain character, you go to their tab and you do the thing. You say, oh, I have this many material, they need this many material, I'll allocate it to this, you know, so that they get their upgrade. Whereas with this, with it being scattered over the map, it's very cool, like, conceptually, you know, like, it's very cool. Because, like, the one thing, you know, like, I think that was opening up a library or something, and that made it so that Zelda, like, learned another combo, right? Which is nice. It's like you're building, you know, you're building your land. You're investing in resources, you know. You're working with your people, and you're getting some stuff out of it, right? But the whole, you know, it's not very concise. It's not very well organized. It's the whole thing. I think I'll be fine with it. Like, this is only the demo of the game, and I'm hoping they do this, where you can do it on the map like I was doing there, or, this took me way too long to find the way out of this, apologies, or they have it so that there's, like, another one that's a bit better organized where, oh, I want to look for links upgrades, so I'm going to the link tab, and they're organized all nice and special for me. That I don't have to search around the whole stinking, you know, map of Hyrule for, you know, for the next combo in Link's array, or giving him more hearts, or something dumb like that. I just kind of want to, you know, like, I just kind of want to look and see what I need and be able to find it easily. And I imagine it'll be easy, like, starting out, because you'll just probably have material so that you can get your things. But, you know, so as soon as it pops up, just click it, right? But as things go on, and, you know, some of the materials are either asking for more or better stuff, and it becomes harder to get stuff, it's going to be really annoying if it's like, yeah, you get this thing, you know, you get this upgrade that you really want. Oh, I don't have that right now, I'll come back to it later. Then, you know, after a few missions or whatever, you come back and you say, okay, I have the materials now. Now, where the hell was that upgrade I wanted? And have to search all over the map. I don't want to have to memorize a map just to use, you know, like, what is essentially a menu. Actually, you know what game kinda did that well? And people will judge me for, like, even complimenting this game at all, but yeah, Sonic Forces. I did like it, though, you know, so I am inclined to compliment it, even if I know a lot of other people weren't the biggest fans. But with that, every mission was like, you had a world map, and every mission showed up where it took place on the map, right? So, you know, like, at first glance, it was really, really annoying, you know, like, because it's like, where was that one mission? I wanted to replay it so I can get a better score or whatever and get more items out of it, because that's how you got, like, cosmetic crap, by getting good scores on, like, various missions. But then there was, like, a certain tab you could do where it's just like, alright, here's all the story missions in order. And, you know, and then we also have at the bottom of the tab all of the special stages if you're looking for one of those in particular. It was just a cool way of, here's where everything is in relation to everything else, this is the main menu, here's a bit more of an organized one for those who are looking for specifics. It was greatly appreciated. Oh yeah, here's kinda neat, cause yeah, they got like the cracked, whatchamacallit, the cracked defense wheel, like, whatever you wanna call it. Hers looks the most button mashy of all of the flurry ones, just swing it back and forth, I kinda love it. But yeah, just, I think it's neat. the whole, you know, like, they're partially on fire and then you can break their guard easier. There's a lot of very cool things going on here. It's like you get a bonus by using your special because it opens up like their weak point, you know, like their defense meter, weak point meter, whatever. So it's like you do you know, like a ton of damage because you're using, you know, like you're using your special, and yeah. It seems a lot beefier than in some of the other games. Like, your special seems to do a lot of damage. Or maybe it's just my imagination because I always, you know, like, hoard that stuff. I don't often actually use that. But yeah. And then you get, like, you know, you can get a bunch more damage because you can break their guard, which is pretty much just another special attack. So it's really, really fun that they kind of let that stack. But yeah, And why? Oh, that was another thing that I was kind of wondering about, though. Like, whenever she uses her bomb, she stays back and then just kind of steers it. And I'm just wondering, are you invincible when you do that? Would you just take damage and not be able to defend yourself? Or would it automatically knock you out of the, you know, whole little bomb spider thing going forward? Is this the part where I needed to remember where the food was? Yeah, I think this is where I'm doing that. Am I? Maybe. Eat. 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 But yeah, this one has a lot of interesting... Because, yeah, I don't know... When I got the food, and I got the recipe, did that just upgrade how much my food heals? Or does that give me the option of before a mission to make a food, and then that'll give me, you know, either more ticks of, you know, like more uses of the food, or, you know, better healing with it. I don't know, it's something I'll have to play with once the game comes out. I'm really wondering how long it'll, you know, like it'll be. Because I think like a lot of the Warriors games have like 20-some missions typically. Which they can go pretty fast sometimes. So yeah, maybe, yeah, they might... I'm wondering if this will make it longer so that they can do everything they want to do. Since they're trying to do something pretty, you know, pretty different and substantial this time. Oh, and just in case you didn't notice, my, you know, bomb spider wasn't done moving. I was able to cancel out of it so I could attack their weak point. Which is good information to have. You're not just stuck using it until, you know, until it naturally comes to an end. You can just go. Weak point slash. Yeah, I think here I was trying to just get more damage while he was stunned and then go to the weak point. But it just kind of automatically did the weak point for me in this one. Which, yeah, is kind of annoying because I would have liked to get more damage off, but at the same time, the weak point was apparently enough to get me the win, so it's not like I really needed to do, like, the extra damage. I didn't need to wait. Anyway, that's it for the missions in the whatchamacallit demo. Hope you had fun. Thanks for watching. We will be continuing this once the full game comes out, so if you have any interest in that, feel free to stick around. Maybe subscribe. I don't know. Sure call. Your like, bud.